Imagine this. You're watching a blockbuster movie where one guy single-handedly takes down a massive empire. Sounds like fiction, right? But what if I told you it really happened? In the cutthroat world of finance. That's the story of Nick Leeson, the rogue trader who bankrupted Barings Bank, a 233-year-old institution that financed kings and wars. And get this, his wild gamble inspired movies like Rogue Trader with Ewan McGregor. What's your favorite rogue trader flick? Stick around, because by the end you'll see how one man's hubris can crumble giants, and maybe spot the red flags in today's markets. Let's dive in. Barings Bank wasn't just any bank, it was a legend. Founded in 1762 by the Baring brothers in London, it helped fund the Louisiana Purchase, backed Napoleon's wars, ironically on the winning side, and even survived world wars. By the 1990s, it was the Queen's Bank, with a spotless reputation for merchant banking. Picture it, stuffy British gentlemen in pinstripes, sipping tea while managing billions. But here's where it gets juicy. How did this powerhouse fall to a 28-year-old kid from a working-class London suburb? Enter Nick Leeson. Fresh out of school, no fancy degree, but sharp as a tack. He joins Barings in 1989 as a settlements clerk. Basically, the guy who dots the I's on trades. Fast forward to 1992. Barings sends him to Singapore to set up their futures trading desk on the Simex exchange. Singapore's booming, Asia's on fire economically, and Leeson, he's loving it. He's not just trading, he's head of trading and settlements. Wait, what? That's like being the chef and the food inspector in your own kitchen. Conflict of interest much? But Barings didn't care. They saw dollar signs. Leeson starts small, trading Nikkei futures, bets on Japan's stock index. Things go well at first. He's making profits, getting bonuses, living the expat dream with his wife in a swanky apartment. But then, disaster strikes. In 1993, a junior trader under him screws up a trade, losing £20,000. Leeson hides it in a secret account, number 88,888, which means prosperity in Chinese culture. Ironic, huh? Instead of reporting it, he thinks, I'll trade my way out. Sound familiar? It's the classic gambler's fallacy. Now here's an open loop for you. What if that tiny loss snowballed into something unimaginable? How could one hidden account bring down an empire? Keep watching, because Leeson's next moves will blow your mind. By 1994, Leeson's doubling down. He's using a risky strategy called straddles, betting the market won't move much. But Japan? It's volatile. The Kobe earthquake hits in January 1995, tanking the Nikkei. Leeson's positions? They're hemorrhaging cash. He buys more futures to prop up prices, but it's like throwing gasoline on a fire. Losses hit £50 million, then £100 million. He's forging documents, lying to bosses in London who think he's a star generating massive profits. Barings is clueless. They're not auditing properly. Why? Overconfidence. They trusted their golden boy too much. Business insight time. This screams poor risk management. In trading, you need checks and balances. Leeson controlled front and back office, recipe for fraud. Today, banks split those roles to avoid this exact nightmare. But back then, greed blinded them. Cliffhanger alert. As losses climb to £200 million, Leeson's sweating bullets. He's got a plan to recover, but what happens when the market turns against him even harder? And how does a bank like Barings not notice? Fast forward to February 1995. The Nikkei's plunging. Leeson's buying thousands of contracts, over 20,000 at one point, desperately trying to move the market himself. It's insane. One man versus the world. Losses? Now £827 million, twice Barings' capital. The bank's broke. Leeson knows it's over. He leaves a note. I'm sorry. Grabs his wife, flees to Malaysia, then Germany. But he's caught at Frankfurt Airport. Meanwhile in London, panic. Barings executives wake up to the horror on February 26, 1995. The Bank of England tries a bailout, but no dice. Barings collapses, sold to Dutch bank ING for a symbolic £1. 233 years of history. Poof, gone. Jobs lost, reputations shattered. Queen Elizabeth reportedly lost £40,000 from her account. Ouch. Open loop. So, Leeson's in jail, but is he the only villain? What about the bosses who ignored warning signs? We'll unpack that next, and the lessons that could save your investments today. Leeson's trial in Singapore. Guilty on fraud charges, sentenced to 6.5 years. He serves 4, gets colon cancer in prison, survives, and emerges a changed man, or so he says. Writes rogue trader, becomes a speaker on risk management. Irony level. Expert. The movie captures the thrill, but real life was messier. Now, business deep dive. Why did this happen? First, unauthorized trading. Leeson used error accounts to hide losses, but escalated to massive bets. Second, lack of oversight. Barings management was decentralized. London didn't scrutinize Singapore. Third, the allure of derivatives. Futures are leveraged. Small money controls big positions. Win big, lose bigger. Leeson's bets equaled 10% of Cymex volume at times. Crazy. Insights for you. In business, always diversify risks. Don't put all eggs in one trader's basket. Implement audits, limits on positions. Post-Barings, regulations tightened. Think Basel Accords pushing better capital reserves. Even today, with flash crashes and crypto blowups, it's relevant. Remember Archegos in 2021? Similar vibe. Hidden leverage tanking billions. But here's the unresolved question. Was Leeson a monster or a product of the system? He claims bosses knew and encouraged risks for profits. Barings denied it, but internal reports showed red flags ignored, like funding requests for client trades that were really his losses. Who do you believe? And could this happen again? Think about it. In our high-speed trading world, algorithms do what Leeson did, but faster. Flash Boys, anyone? Or the GameStop saga, where retail traders moved markets. The games evolved, but human greed? Timeless. Wrapping up, the Barings collapse teaches us vigilance. One rogue can ruin it all if systems fail. Nick Leeson's gamble wasn't just his, it was Barings for trusting blindly. So, next time you hear of a trading scandal, ask, who's watching the watchers? If this hooked you, smash that like button, subscribe for more business blowups, and drop in comments. What's the wildest finance story you know? Could Leeson redeem himself? See you next time. Don't gamble your future away. Peace.